Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is Gateway's Got It. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 151 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She's Julie Dobbs. We are not together. We are in our homes because the winter apocalypse 2023 has made its arrival in DFW.
It has.
Julie,
I feel like every February.
How we doing? Huh?
We're okay. I was saying, I feel like every February we get something stupid like this.
So stupid.
It's so stupid. I don't know.
So we're shooting on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It hit Monday. This is day 2 with our children at home with us, our little blessings, just here, right here with us.
Just right here.
Just right here.
Yeah.
So how are you holding up? You went to work. You went to work on Tuesday. What the fuck?
I did. When we woke up like in the morning, because I do a morning show, we're on the air at 7. I'm usually driving there at 6. And when we got up, it wasn't bad. So like all 3 of us were texting. We're like, oh, roads are fine. It was just kind of like, it was barely even wet. And then when we were on the air, that's when like all hell broke loose. So
it escalated so fast.
It escalated so quickly, and it's cool because where we broadcast from, we're in a room with all windows, so you can just see it all unfolding. And so, like as we're talking throughout the show, you could see the ice hit and the rain and the sleet, and you can see cars slowly trying to drive by. And we're like, okay, this seems like it's gotten a little bit worse since we drove here. And 4 hours later, it was like, now how do we get home? Because everybody else had decided not to even come into work besides Ben and Skin. And so driving home was scary.
I don't mess around. I do not. I don't drive in that stuff. It freaks me out. My tires are terrible. Which is why I'm getting I'm getting a new car. But I'm like, I'm just going to ride it out till I get the new car from Gateway Buick GMC, obviously. But yeah, I'm not messing around in ice and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I live with a Canadian who thinks that it's all a little overkill. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that's rubbed off on me a little bit, but, cause he's just, I mean, he always has to go to work, right? Like always. So I don't think they've ever canceled anything for the NHL players and all that. So he just goes and he's like, I'll call him and he'll be like, yeah, it was fine, whatever. And so I'm usually of that mindset just because I hear his experience about it or whatever. But driving home yesterday was really bad. It was really scary. It was funny because I was down in a parking garage and going up the parking garage. Like when you were leaving, you have to go up a hill, and that hill the ramp had completely iced over. So I don't know if you heard, but our whole show yesterday just became like very freeform, ridiculous, silly. We were like tossing around the idea that it was going to be the 3 of us doing 12 hours because no one else we were getting all these people saying they weren't coming in. We were like, well, what's going to happen? And so we just kind of went with it, and we were being real ridiculous all day. And so Ben was like, well, how about I try to drive you up the ramp, since Jeff had gone ahead of me and said that like the wheels were spinning and what you have to do to get up the ramp was just to gun it. And I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds really frightening. And I don't think that I have that in me to try and gun my car up an icy ramp to get up. But I also don't, my car's stuck in this parking garage. So anyway, Ben offered to drive me up the ramp on the air. And so we did the whole thing on the radio and on Facebook Live. Me and Ben in the car trying to get up a ramp. And then once we finally got up the ramp, which was very touch and go, then we couldn't get out of the parking lot. And so we're just broadcasting the whole thing with Skin up in the studio, like providing commentary, and it was pretty ridiculous. And he finally though got me to the end of the parking lot, and that's when I had like the moment, like, what do you do? Like, I knew I was having trouble getting up the ramp and through the parking lot, but at that point on, it was roads and it was highways. And there were cars, like a few cars driving by in front of me that were smaller than my car. And I really wanted to get home. So I was like, I think I can do this. And so he left me there at the parking lot. And then I made the trek, the tollway to 635 all the way home. And at this point, there were barely any cars. And it was like driving through snow, like where there's like you couldn't see the lanes. No one was even in lanes. Everyone was just trying to like stay far apart enough from each other that
Trying to just not die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at one point I did like lose control. It was like fishtailing back and forth. And that's when I really panicked. Because if I didn't regain control, obviously you could crash into either side, like of either of the guardrails or another car. But then it like regained control. And so I'm just like, okay, I can do this. And then I just, went really slow. And Kelly gave me the tip to like not brake, you just always want to keep accelerating. And so I made it home and I haven't left since. There's talk about going back in tomorrow. So I think
no, you shouldn't go in tomorrow. That's too early. It's not even supposed to get above freezing till like 9 a.m.
I know. The problem is that since we're a new radio station, we don't have we're not set up to broadcast from home like a lot of other ones are. And it's not that hard to do it. We're working on that maybe today, but I think I asked Jeff if he could give me a ride at least if we do go in tomorrow, so I don't have to try to drive. So I think we're gonna attempt it. I don't know. It's hard because you want to be on the air as a new station, especially the other ones in town are. But that's because they're broadcasting from home. So we actually just had a call like about it all earlier, and we're figuring it out as we go. But it's not even just us, right? It's like everybody's just trying to do this dance of like, okay, is life going to resume or not? Are we going back to work? Are kids going back to school? And
I don't think kids are going back to school on Thursday. I don't think there's any way. Because right now it's still coming down. We're getting like freezing rain in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're going to go back tomorrow.
I feel like they
find out. When do you guys find out at Dallas?
Just whenever. They've actually been calling it pretty early. Like,
yeah, they called it at 1:00 yesterday.
They did.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't called it yet for tomorrow.
We got a call saying they would make the announcement at 4 on Wednesday about Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But uncle, for the love.
Yeah. We haven't heard anything yet, but yeah, I doubt it. And so what does that put us at? Thursday? I mean, it's like a whole week that's gone, and it's the all-star break for Kelly. So luckily I'm glad he's here, but I feel bad for him because like he had all these plans. He has 1 week off and this is it.
Yeah, but at least he's there to help you. I mean, that's kind of
I know. Selfishly, I'm like, thank God. Yes.
What kind of plans did he have?
Well, I actually set him up for a golf day tomorrow for his birthday. Like his birthday was December 29th, and I set him up with his friends on like planned a golf outing day because all he really wants to do is golf and just never has time. So one of his friends was driving in from Austin, and I had made the reservations at our club and kind of told him like, you have the green light like all day and night, like just go have fun. And now it's all canceled.
Well, you still get points for being a good wife, though.
Yeah, that's true. I get points for trying. But yeah, I think every mom I talk to is like super over it all right now.
I've never cooked so much in my effing life.
What are you cooking?
I made tortilla soup, and then I made breakfast yesterday. I made a pot of beans today. I made pancakes this morning.
Like, you were supposed to bring me beans for this show.
Oh, that's right. I'll save you some.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that. You have to remind me. I'll remember, and I'll whip you up a pot of beans.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's just like you feel like you're in like a twilight zone. It's like, what the?
I bet it drives you nuts just because you're like so productive usually.
Well, I'm still trying to get stuff done, but it's just hard. The kids had friends sleep over last night, so there's 4 kids instead of 2, and they're just little rugrats, just making messes everywhere. Which we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah,
the cleaning.
Marie Kondo update.
Yes.
Yeah,
she gave it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to get some sportsy news.
Wait, but before that, how was your girls'
Well,
weekend?
let's save that for what's on your feed.
Okay.
Our stuff.
Okay, that sounds
our
good.
last weekend. Okay, so let's get a little sportsy, sports. Get the big stuff out of the way. And Sports this week is brought to us by Herman Marshall Whiskey. They are the first distillery in Dallas County since Prohibition. Produce handcrafted, award-winning small batch whiskey, patiently aged in new white oak barrels. It's Texas bourbon, Texas rye, Texas single malt, and blended bourbon whiskey. They won a gold medal for best small batch bourbon at the International Whiskey Competition and a coveted silver medal at the ADI's Craft Distilling Competition. They scored a total of 93 points, which in the whiskey world is pretty damn good. They're also opening a brand new distillery in Wiley. Is it open to the public yet, Julie?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, because we're having a show there, a live dub broadcast on March the 1st. So mark your calendars, 4:00, the brand new distillery in Wiley, Texas. Outdoor stage, perfect for concerts, parties, events, very family friendly. So we are stoked to be headed out to the new Herman Marshall Distillery in Wiley, Texas. We'll be there March 1st. Mark your calendars. We cannot wait. And this is perfect whiskey drinking weather. I mean,
it really is
perfect whiskey drinking weather.
It really is.
It'll get you warmed up.
It does. It's fun when we got word that I would not have to wake up at ass crack today to go to work. Kelly and I were like, all right, let's drink.
Why is it that when you're stranded, well, this is a dumb question. I'm like, why is it when you're stranded at home with your children and you can't leave the house, you just want to drink? I think I just answered my own question, because you're stranded in your house with your children and you can't escape them. And so you just start drinking. Yeah, I had a little
party.
Yep, I had started out with some mimosas mid-afternoon, but I did get in bed super early. Mike went to the rodeo last night. Like, what?
Really?
Yes.
Like with friends?
Yes. I was like, okay. Well, so we were supposed to have Tuesday night, we were supposed to have dinner with the Anderses. Elvis and Corey and their kids were going to come and have dinner at our house in Fort Worth. And then obviously once the weather hit, we nixed that. And Mike was like, yesterday afternoon, was like, well, I'm going to go to the rodeo. And I was like, well, what? And he was like, well, I got invited, and I originally told him we couldn't come because Elvis and his family were coming. And he said, but now I can go. And I'm like, okay. So he went to the rodeo. I'm like, I don't know. As much as I'm bitching about being stuck in my house, I also don't want to leave in this.
No. You know? What does he drive? Do you have a big car? He
has a truck, a Ford F-150, but he weighs it down because trucks are kind of dicey in the ice. But he puts these, big workout guy, Mike. He has these big, like 35-pound bags that he works out with. And so he puts those in the back to kind of balance it out. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been tooling around. He's at work right now.
He is.
Went to work yesterday, which I'm not complaining about. I'm not sad or mad that he went to work.
Yeah.
It's just one more person I have to worry about. Like,
I know.
You're fine. Good. Okay. So anyway, so yeah. I forgot where I don't know where I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, one of the wives that of Kelly's friend who I had put together for the golf outing texted me, and she's like, I was so ready for him to leave the house to go play golf. I think the whole work from home thing with spouses and ice and kids, it's just a lot.
A lot. It's a lot. Okay, what did you think about the Tom Brady retirement? Again.
I'm glad, I don't know, I'm glad that he retired. I feel like it was time and we can all move on with our lives. I think he just didn't look like he wasn't playing very well, and the situation he was in with Tampa Bay wasn't really a good one. I mean,
It's time out. Breaking news. Our school's canceled tomorrow for sure. I just got notice.
All right. I'm gonna make you some more beans.
So I've got it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put on another pot of beans. Okay, yeah. So he didn't look very interested in
No.
football.
And he's been through a lot, man.
Yeah.
You know, and Kelly and I were talking about it today. We were like, that's just kind of weird. Like,
wait. Let's listen. Hold on.
okay.
Hello.
Fort Worth ISD will be closed Thursday, February 2nd for the safety of students and staff.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, I get it, right? I mean,
I know.
Just we're talking about like it's not gonna get above freezing. Shit's not gonna improve. So I get it. It's not like I'm like, get our kids back in school whether it's safe or not.
I'm getting a phone call.
This will be fun. Okay, answer yours. Maybe it's the DISD.
But what if it's not?
Just answer. We want to hear. Put on speaker.
Good afternoon, Richardson ISD. Our ISD schools and offices will be closed on Thursday, February 2nd, due to ongoing inclement weather and hazardous travel conditions. Closure includes games, activities, and events for February 2nd.
Start drinking.
I know.
Your 4 glass of wine.
And athletic events.
Okay. We get it, Richardson ISD. We get it.
We need to rank our phone call deliveries.
I'm gonna go tell my kids.
My guy had a very pleasant voice.
No school tomorrow.
Live reaction from Emily's kids screaming.
At least someone's happy about this.
I know.
No, I mean I get it. It's just like, fuck, I don't know how to make any other food. Like I'm out of options. Like,
Well,
I don't even know if I have enough ingredients to make stuff. Like,
I know.
what is happening?
Do you have food?
I have food.
It's not food that, like, I know. I'm like, I have food, but I also have the feeling like I don't have food because it's not the food that I chose to eat today.
Well, and if I wanted to make a recipe, I'm not gonna have all the spices and shit.
I know.
Probably.
I know.
Oh well.
I think like
I think I'm just gonna tell my like he's in charge tomorrow. Like you do this tomorrow.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to work somewhere. I don't know. Fuck.
You can come join us on the Freak.
Yeah, I'm not driving to Dallas.
Oh.
Oh my lands. Okay. All right. Well, so Tom Brady retired. The Super Bowl's next weekend. Stars are on the All-Star break. Kids are fucking home all the time.
Yay. I know.
Sports.
There's a lot of screen time at my house.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. I try to do like an hour. So we have this huge hill by our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids go sledding down it. Like it's so steep. Like Mike makes them wear helmets.
Oh wow.
So they'll go out. So I'm making them get out like for an hour or something and go some energy. But then other than that, it's straight.
What do they sled down it?
Yeah, like on a trash can lid.
A trash can lid. Oh.
Yeah. So it's so funny. Mike was like, he was going to use the trash can lid in the garage. Like it's relatively new. And I was like, no, we have an old trash can up in the attic that you can use. And he's like, no, I don't want to get up there and get it. I'm like, you're not using our brand new. He's like, it's a fucking trash can lid. I was like, I don't care. If you use that one, I'm buying a new one. Well, that's just a waste of money. I'm like, well, then take your ass up to the attic. And so finally I was like, okay. And so I went up to the attic and I got the trash can lid that doubles as a sled. So yeah, maybe I should go down it. It looks fun, but then you have to walk.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll post a video of the kids.
I would love to see you go down,
I don't
the
know.
sled down on the trash can lid.
Um,
You go out with them to play?
no.
See,
No.
yours are old enough that you can just send them out. So Kelly and I
Right,
are
but they can't sled down the hill without an adult.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll just send them out to play.
We're like, yeah, let's go out and play. Y'all get off those screens. And then it's like, wait, neither of us want to go out there.
No.
But I think he does have a hockey game in the works for 3:00 today with some dads and neighbors.
Like in the street?
In our yard.
In the yard.
Or the street. Either one. Usually it's our yard.
Like, are they gonna wear skates?
No, it's just wet grass, wet, icy grass.
Okay.
Just tennis shoes.
And then do you use a puck?
Can I use a ball?
Because it's really not hockey.
It's street hockey. That's a thing.
It is?
I mean, yeah, kids play street hockey or yard hockey.
I did see a video of Marty Turco ice skating down like playing hockey on his street.
Yeah, he did that last year and the year before, I think. That's his shtick.
His thing?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah. Okay, sports are kind of down right now. So
they are.
Yeah.
Mavs won. Lucas scored 50 plus in their last win. So that was good. Trade deadline's coming up.
Yeah. They're schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, what else we got? We got to do some news desk, TMG news desk. And I know we need to tell people about, you did a really good job with the thing with the Baylor doctor, the heart doctor, about women's heart health. Way to go.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
And that was after your perilous ride home when you thought you were gonna have a heart attack.
It was like right after. Yeah, it was right after. I walked in the door and I forgot how Instagram Live is, where you're like on camera, you gotta be on. So I wished I had done like a little more something with my appearance, but we pulled it off. The doctor was really awesome and informative. Dr. Farah with Baylor Scott and White. She's a cardiologist. And it was interesting. Like a couple things that I pulled out of that is this the sponsor of our news desk, by the way?
Yes. And because they have an event coming up. This show airs today, or the show airs Thursday, and the online virtual event is Thursday. So we have one more chance.
Oh gosh. So if you're listening to this, tonight is the event that we were talking about on the Instagram Live. Baylor Scott and White Heart and Vascular Hospital's annual Women and Heart virtual event. You're probably going to be stuck at home anyway, so this is probably good for them, right? You're at home, you might as well tune into this. You can go to our link tree to sign up. We have the link up there. But what I took away, so I did an Instagram Live with one of the cardiologists yesterday, and we had some viewers, listeners that had submitted questions, and I asked her a couple of my own, but she did say that two things that I kind of retained. 30%, there's been a 30% of increase in heart problems with younger people since COVID in the last 3 years.
Really?
30% increase. And we're talking like ages 25 to like 40. So that seems like it's a lot. And I told her, I was like, yeah, you hear of more and more lately, but to hear it, like, just to hear that fact from a doctor, like, yeah, it has increased. So it's something that we need to keep an eye on more and more, even if you're, you think maybe it's 50, 60, you really need to start worrying about your heart health, but it's getting a lot younger. And then the other thing is like 80% of heart problems, 80% of it is preventable. So it's all just like stuff that you can prevent based on diet and exercise and being healthy and keeping your stress level down. That was a big one. She said stress is a big player in heart health. And then it was cool also to get her thoughts on Damar Hamlin and that whole situation. So the Instagram Live is still posted up on our social media, on our Instagram. You can go check it out, and you should also definitely join their event coming up tonight, Thursday night, February 2nd at 6:00. It's a moderated, fast-paced 90 minutes with opportunities to interact with the panel of specialists. like I told her, a lot of times you feel like maybe you don't have a lot of time when you're in your doctor's office, like you're kind of being rushed, or you feel like you've got to go for whatever reason. And this is more of like a sit down, let's talk about heart health. So tomorrow night at 6:00, I do really think I'm going to join. My mom's going to go in there. It's like, this is stuff that's important. We're talking about our own health. So thank you to Baylor Scott and White for letting us be a part of it. And thank you to Dr. Farah for allowing me to do that Instagram live with her yesterday. Hopefully some of our listeners will join in that event tomorrow.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, we've got 2 things to talk about on the news desk, 2 articles that you've sent me, neither of which I have read. So tell me about the Marie Kondo thing first. Don't you
Well,
like
I don't know if you remember hearing. I do think we talked about Marie Kondo a while back on this show because she got really popular. She is a lady who wrote a book that is telling people how to tidy up their house and their life. And she got really popular for saying that she only keeps things in her house that spark joy. And like anything else, if it doesn't spark joy within you or like serve a purpose, to just throw it away. Like, I don't know, I would probably throw away a lot of these things around me, like, that don't necessarily spark joy because of her. But people like really took that to heart, I think. And you'd hear people like cleaning out their homes or whatever, getting rid of clothes, and like, well, does it spark joy? If it doesn't, you should get rid of it, according to Marie Kondo. And so she got famous from this. And
she got like really famous. And probably
she got really famous. Yeah, she had. Probably so. She called herself a professional tidier, queen of decluttering. Well, she's in the news right now. She's only 38 years old, made millions off her lifestyle, selling 13 million copies of her first book, starring on a hit Netflix show, garnering her a net worth of around $7 million. I mean, yeah. So she just had her 3rd baby, and guess what she said? She said she's given up. She's given up.
Stop it.
She's like, I just had my 3rd kid. I cannot do this anymore. My home is not tidy anymore, and I don't care. She says spending time with her family is more important now. She said she and her husband plan family time into their days, and they find small activities that spark joy. Instead of throwing away or only keeping the items that spark joy, they spark joy now by activities, including burning incense or drinking a cup of tea. Do you think that would spark joy for you and Mike?
No, it wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
Let's burn some incense, honey, and sit here and be joyful. And then let's have a cup of tea.
No, I bragged on myself the other day because I put away my phone. I had a million things to do, but I just was like, I'm putting away everything, and we're going to watch a family movie on Monday because everything got canceled, all activities. And so I was actually really proud of myself. And I was like, I need to do that more, to where I just need to like disconnect from everything, forget that I have stuff to do, and just, be more present. And I've talked about that with you, being more deliberate with my decisions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be better about that. Now, with that being said, I'm never going to not be a crazy person when it comes to like my tidying my house and stuff like that. It's just not the way I'm.
Well, and it's different when you have 3 kids and one's just born, right? Like you're in a better place with
sure. But I remember when people would be like, you're neurotic, and I'd be like, I know, and then they'd be like, you won't be this way when you have kids. It'll be totally different. It'll change the game and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you fucking watch me. I will still be as 100% crazy and neurotic as I am without children.
And you were?
And I was that way when the kids were. I've been this way. I mean, I feel like I don't know if it's my entire life, but I mean, my entire adult life for sure. Like I can't chill until everything is where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but good for you. Like, if you don't want to fucking clean your house, don't do it. If you don't want to tidy up, if you don't want to throw shit away, don't do it.
Yeah.
But like for me, that brings me, like the way I run my ship does bring me joy, and maybe not even joy, but it brings me peace. Like it brings me calm. And so that's I'm searching for as much calm as I can get at this point in my life.
Yeah, I hear you. She said she tells herself, you have different priorities. And right now, what sparks joy is playing with my children, spending fun time with them. And it's okay if it's a little bit messy. I don't want to waste time getting annoyed. Your children are only small ones. So don't worry and enjoy that time. I think that's a good message, though, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because people did, I feel like when that all came out, people got insane about throwing shit out and minimalistic lifestyle and all that. I'm like, you've got it nailed. That's your whole thing. It's never been a Marie Kondo thing, but a lot of people were. So it's just kind of fun when you hear that the queen of tidying has given up. That makes people like me feel a little better.
I think that's fantastic. Good for you, Marie. You keep on dirtying shit up and not cleaning.
Yay.
Okay, let's talk about what's on your feed, or what was on your feed last weekend. Was a big staycation with your main squeeze.
Oh, I know. It was so fun. We went to Fort Worth last weekend, and
you texted me like at 11:30 and like thought I was still going to be out.
Well, you said you were at dinner at 9, so it wasn't that
true. We couldn't get seated forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's why I thought maybe there was a chance, like if y'all did one thing after dinner. But no, it was fun. It was funny. We like jammed in as much stuff as we could in 24 hours, a 24-hour staycation. We've done the staycations a lot, and I highly recommend it. It's just like we did one in Austin. I'm from Austin, but we went and stayed in a hotel. Austin's changed so much since I've lived there. It felt like we were, somewhere totally different. And then in Fort Worth, we just never go to Fort Worth. So that felt like a little mini vacation, but just something about staying in a hotel just like changes your whole mindset. It's so relaxing. It's so nice to not have to clean up or do dishes, and you don't even have to go far and spend a whole bunch of money. We got a really great rate. The hotel we stayed at, it was called the Vincent, I think. We got a great rate through the stars and like Kelly's points, and it was really cool. It had like a shower that changed color, and all kinds of like cool fancy stuff in the room. So it was just really great way to relax.
Where'd you go to dinner?
We went to Riata.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Every time I go there, I think it's so good. And we've only been there a few times, but it was really good. And Kelly had surprised me. He said that we needed to get there at 4:00 to Fort Worth. And I didn't know why. And I didn't know what it was going to be, but he had made a reservation for us to have dance lessons because he wants to learn how to two-step, because he knows that I love that. Yeah.
That is adorable.
It was really cute. We got a good.
Oh, Kelly Forbes, well played.
I know. You did great.
Aww.
We were a little bit late, so our 45-minute lesson turned into 30, but it was still fun, and we got a good baseline. And then we went to dinner, and then we went to Billy Bob's, and Pat Green was playing, which wasn't why we went to Fort Worth, but when I found out he was playing, I was like, well, I gotta go check him out. Our mom game bestie.
Please.
Who played it. I felt so spoiled though, because it was like Billy Bob's just packed, and we didn't get a table because I didn't want to spend like $100 on a table. And I thought about being like, oh, maybe I'll just like text Pat or like ask Emily for his number, or George, a couple of the people that had that I knew him, but I felt like a douchebag. And I was also like, well, what's the point of that? Like, what do I want to do? Go backstage? Like, no, like, we're fine. So we just bought tickets, but we were up a little higher just in the general admission area. And it was funny. I had an interesting experience. I felt like I was one of the only ones that knew every word to every song.
Did I was like, you to come up on stage and sing with him?
No. I was like, who are these people? Like, I'm just confused. Is there like a whole nother generation of Pat Green fans that just know that he's a good artist, but like don't know all of his jams from the early 2000s, like me?
So you were like number one fan.
I was number one fan. Yeah. At least I felt like I was the best fan there. But no, that was a lot of fun. And then we went to a bar afterwards. Kelly had researched like best bar for two-stepping because we'd gotten the two-stepping lessons. And I think I was already in like a little bit of it was just so crowded at Billy Bob's, and there was a security guard who was like making sure I didn't cross over some warning line to get too close to the people that had paid more to go down and sit on the lower level. So I was like already a little annoyed. And then we went to this bar. We went to the Stockyards, and I don't remember the name of it, but there was a live band playing there, and it was a $10 cover to get in. And I went to show the lady my ID. I just haven't been ID'd in forever. They were IDing everywhere in Fort Worth because I guess there are a lot of underage kids maybe that try to go out. But I showed her my ID, and she was like, do you have one that's not expired? I was like, ooh. And I looked at it, and I guess I don't know where my new ID was. It was my old ID that I had showed her that expired in 2021. And I just got annoyed, and I was like, ugh, whatever. I'm 37. And she was like, well, it doesn't matter. And I was like, okay, bye. So I just left. We didn't go in. We didn't get to two-step because my ID was expired. It was 37.
Dumb.
This 37-year-old mom got like turned away. Yeah.
That's dumb.
It was dumb. And now I'm like, well, where the heck's my new ID that is not expired? But outside of that, no, it was great. Down in the Stockyards, though, is crazy.
Oh my gosh, it was packed.
It was packed. It's like
packed.
6th Street in Austin.
It's ridiculous. I've never been down there on the weekends.
Yeah.
We went to Mule Alley too, so I had my MLB girls weekend. So
Yeah.
my baseball girlies came, and they all stayed in my house in Fort Worth. We had so much fun. We just ate and drank and talked and laughed, and I mean, just so many times where we're just crying, we're laughing so hard. They're such great girls. They just make me so happy and proud. And I just, you hear oftentimes about like cat fights and competition and blah, blah, blah. And that's just, I mean, these women we are each other's biggest cheerleaders. Like, we cheer for each other, and
that's awesome.
Just so great. And it's so
and
great.
We need that, right? Like in this industry, we need that.
Yes.
When you're the one woman working in a baseball team.
Yeah. So anyway, we had a blast. We went down to the Stockyards too, like you said, and we went and had a drink at the Drover, 2 drinks. Actually, it was really, really fun. That hotel was gorgeous. And Mule Alley in Fort Worth is just so much fun, and there's so much to do there. But I had never been on a Saturday or on the weekend, and it was packed.
It was crazy. There was a lot going on. Like, there were cheerleaders everywhere. Did you see cheerleaders everywhere?
No.
Like little girl cheerleaders all around us the whole weekend, like staying in hotels, all dressed up with their hair and makeup, and
they have big bows,
carrying around their iPads, like watching their routine over and over. I was like getting anxiety for them. Like, oh, I hope she does well. I just have been watching her practice from my hotel room balcony. Like, Kelly and I talked about how crazy the whole cheerleading thing looks.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Dance, cheerleading. I mean, I guess sports is crazy too. You're practicing all the time and all that. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what like Henry's pretty much carved. He's a baseball dude. He loves it. He loves football and basketball too, but baseball's his jam. Hattie, softball and volleyball, and she plays basketball too. But I'm just anxious to see like when they get, like junior high, like what are they gonna do? Like what are they gonna be into?
I know. Mine are so little, I don't even know their main sports really yet. So but it's fun to see it evolve.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had fun on your staycation.
I'm glad you had fun with your MLB girls. It looks fun.
So much fun. Yeah. I mean, it's just funny. It's just good to have, nights, weekends, times like that. I mean, we have them, here on the show where you just get silly and laugh and, say dumb stuff and try to be funny. And we had the best time. We had I think we're going to try to make it like an annual tradition to where we go somewhere different every year, and whether it's someone's house or hometown, or whether we go to a tropical destination.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to try to do it.
That's fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
So it's time to get back to our families.
Yes, it is. One more day, baby.
At least. Well, surely we're back in business Friday, right?
I don't know.
Nah, come on. Don't be ridiculous.
Hopefully we're back next week at some point.
Yeah, we shoot next week. Next week Monday. Monday.
Super Bowl show. Special Super Bowl show.
Yep, our friends at Yoki are gonna hook us up with some goodies.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait. I'm hosting. I think I'm gonna have a Super Bowl party.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, you can come if you want.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, all right. Enjoy Kelly time.
She's just the hostess with the mostest these days.
Well, I mean, I like hosting.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. You got a great place for hosting.
Okay. All right. Go enjoy your children.
Thanks. You too.
Okay. All right. Love you, dear. All right. Mom game. Wait.
Bye.
You have to go. 1, 2, 3. Mom game out.
Mom game out.